Hi, Fresh Reporter friends. We're still here at the Global Cherry Summit 2026, and now I'm here with David Rao from Ipsos China. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, so David, you're going to be presenting in a little bit. I want to talk to you about the Chinese consumer, specifically when it comes to the fresh fruit category. What can you tell us about the Chinese consumer? What makes it different from other types of big markets in Asia, for example?
Well, I would say that Chinese consumers, their demand and the needs towards the fruit products are evolving significantly. And they put more expectations on the dairy product. Not only want a good quality product, but also they want a product to associate with their emotional needs or some social belongings. For example, if they consume a premium product, they want to connect with luxury scenarios to show their elegance, show their premium status. So
Right.
their needs are evolved a lot compared with previous.
Right. So we don't associate cherries here in Chile in particular, but also in other countries like the U.S. We don't associate cherries with such a cultural value as the Chinese consumer does. So, like, help me understand a little bit what the cherry means for the Chinese consumer in particular.
Well, cherry because it's sold in a premium price in China, and normally it's in the New Year season.
Yes.
So a lot of people would like to buy cherry as a gift to their friends.
Right.
So this shows a connection to connect to a lot of emotional feelings or show their gratitude to their colleagues or friends. And at the same time, if you have friends to visit your families during the Chinese New Year, you serve them some cherries is a gratefulness and a harmonious atmosphere. So a lot of emotional connections behind the consumption of the cherry.
So the Chilean cherry industry is coming out of a second kind of tough season. The industry is scratching their heads, trying to figure out what went wrong, basically, and how do we face the next season so that this doesn't happen again. I'm wondering, what is your take into what can the Chilean cherry industry do in order to stand out?
Well, that's really a big question. But first,
Yes, it is.
I want to say that the market potential is still very huge.
Right.
And the demand is still there. The penetration rate actually still have ways to further enhance. But what we need to be careful is the way we do marketing need to be changed from general or extensive marketing to a more precise marketing strategies. Because now, as I said, that Chinese consumers' demand are evolved. And the way do the marketing should also change as well to put more connections to different scenarios. For example, expand from a gifting scenario to a daily consumption scenario.
Right.
And also to pinpoint to different usage occasions. For example, the in-home self-indulgence occasion or the small family consumption occasions. At the same time, China's channel is highly fragmented.
Right.
Very much diversified. So how we can make full use of all the channel dynamics to push our product to the end consumers in a very fast way. This is another thing that cherries can consider.
Right. David, we talked a little bit about the emotional value that the Chinese people put into cherries. I'm looking at the US market, for instance, what's happening with the wellness trend, with the ubiquitousness of the GLP-1 drugs. I'm wondering what are the trends that are marking consumerism, not consumerism, but the consumer behavior in China, especially when it comes to fresh fruit. Are we seeing those kinds of trends that are also huge in the West?
Well, I would say that some trends are similar,
Okay.
but some trends are different. For example, the Chinese consumers like Eastern Asia culture are more sensitive to the seasonalities. So they want to eat seasonal product.
Right.
Yeah, and also, as I said, that they put more scenario connections. For example, you pinpoint to a self-consumption scenario in office, like the office lady, they want to consume some indulgent food in
Right.
the afternoon tea.
Right.
So put more scenario-based marketing scenarios in it. And at the same time, I will say that in general, Chinese consumers, they want something different. And they appreciate products from overseas, high quality and specific origins. These kind of perception that Chile already owns and should be further emphasized on in the future marketing.
Right. David, I'm going to invite you into a little bit of an exercise. We're going to get out our crystal ball. We're going to play clairvoyant. And I'm going to ask you, what do you think the future of the Chinese fresh fruit consumer is like? What's in the cards? What are the trends we're seeing for the next big cherry, for instance?
Well, that's really a tough prediction.
It is, absolutely. So we're just playing clairvoyant here. So it's just a game, no compromises here.
Well, I would say the future is still very bright.
Okay.
But we will need to be patient and be persistent and be bold to try new things, to connect with the consumers. And I think in the end that we will have a huge big sales in the coming year, I wish.
Amazing. So from your mouth to the Chinese, for the Chilean cherry industry then.
Yes.
David, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for watching. We're going to still be here at the Global Cherry Summit 2026. You can follow our full coverage on our social media and of course on freshfruitportal.com. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.